Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Mindset Investor. I'm here with Mr. Drew Kardash. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Drew Kardash. I'm in Edmonton with Mr. Drew, and Drew's a realtor. Drew's a realtor, and I was amazed by when we spoke on the phone. Drew asked all the right questions and knew exactly what I was looking for by asking for the right questions. And we came and did walkthroughs. We had a full jam-packed day of walkthroughs. We walked all kinds of multifamily properties, apartment buildings, and I wanted to introduce him to you just because I'm very happy I with him, and I'd love for him to tell you his story and maybe give his insight on the Edmonton market.
I appreciate that, Otto. I guess my story, I've been a real estate investor for the last 14 years and an investment-focused real estate agent for the last 3 years. I work with Alberta on Fire, and they're known in the investment community as being the go-to people in Edmonton for investment properties, purpose-built rental properties. And as a real estate investor, I worked with Alberta on Fire, buying all of my properties, or a vast majority of all of my rental properties. Yeah, and as you know, anybody that knows Alberta on Fire, we're known for purpose-built rentals, new construction. We do a lot of private sales. We do a lot of single-family suited houses, apartment buildings, apartment suites, whatever you're looking for, Airbnb, short-term rentals, anything related to investment real estate.
Nice. And you have 3 kids, right?
I've got 3 kids, absolutely.
I can see the kid chair in the back there. Yeah, 3 kids, a wife.
Yes, sir.
And you've lived here in Edmonton for quite a while.
Been here for about 20 years, yeah.
20 years. You came from Saskatchewan originally, right?
Originally, yeah, Southeast Saskatchewan.
Southeast Saskatchewan, and then you've been here in Edmonton. You know the market. You're an investor yourself, too.
I am an investor.
I don't know if we talked about that. Did you speak about that?
No, I don't think I did.
No. You're an investor, so you have a few properties yourself, even before you got into the business of being a realtor.
Absolutely.
That's how I guess you met in Alberta on Fire. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, they helped me buy. We do mostly long-term buy and hold now. I tried everything. I tried rent to own. I tried agreement for sales. I've tried flipping. Done a lot of different aspects of real estate investing. And what I found for myself was I liked the long-term buy and hold, and I like to be a little bit active. So that's why I gravitated towards being a real estate agent. I love working with investors.
Yeah, I've had a very good time today. In fact, I wanted to introduce you guys to Drew, guys and gals, to Drew in a kind of like a different setting, but the day was so jam-packed doing walkthroughs that we're literally doing this on our way back to the airport. Drew is kind enough to take me back to the airport where I'm going to be flying back to Ontario. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
I guess while we're waiting on the red light, I can thank you with a handshake.
Thank you, Otto.
And what else can we say? Well, I can definitely say we can talk about Edmonton a little bit as well, because from my understanding is that Edmonton is a little less dependent on the oil
you're
economy than Calgary would. Even though Calgary is also diversifying, if I'm understanding this correctly, Edmonton has a little bit less dependence, if not a lot more less dependence. Would that be accurate?
Yeah. So the one thing everybody knows about the Calgary market, everybody loves the Calgary market, and what I love specifically about the Edmonton market is it's more of a steady eddy. You got lower highs and higher lows. The waves are a lot smaller in Edmonton. The thing I love about our diverse economy is we've got the provincial legislature here. We've got tourism. We've got logistics. We're the last major center before all of northern Canada. So we're a real big hub for logistics heading up to northern Canada. Again, we drove through the Nisku Industrial Park this morning. So you can see there's a massive opportunity for manufacturing, for logistics there, really close to the airport, really close to Highway 2. To the west, we've got the Atchison Industrial Park, which is a service-oriented industrial park, more for servicing like heavy commercial, light industrial. We've got crane companies out there. We've got big tire companies. We've got pet food manufacturers. So it's a really busy place on the west side of Edmonton. What else can I say about Edmonton?
You got the University of Alberta.
Yeah, great point. Thank you for that.
University of Alberta, and we've got
NAIT. NAIT, the Polytechnic. We've got Grant MacEwan, and of course the Oilers and Rogers Place downtown.
Really, how many hospitals? You probably have a ton.
I don't even know the exact number.
Yeah,
probably 6 or 7 hospitals, and then we've got a brand new hospital coming up here in the near future down in Desrochers, which is a new subdivision in South Edmonton. A lot of LRT expansion right now, and I know Edmontonians don't put a lot of value. Traditionally, Edmontonians don't put a lot of value on LRT, and I keep telling investors that I work with, let's focus on LRT. Edmonton is very much a driving city. It's easy to get around when you're driving. We don't have the traffic that you would experience out in Ontario or even Calgary at rush hour, but LRT in the next 10 years is going to be a major asset. With the amount of people that the provincial government is trying to get to move to the larger centers like Edmonton and Calgary, and with the price of fuel and the cost of living, LRT is going to be lifeblood for people getting around in Edmonton. That's my bold prediction for the next 10 years. Is that LRT, we're going to be leaning a lot more on it, LRT and public transportation for sure.
Yeah, and we have a few land development investors in our different groups, and from my understanding, I'm not an expert in land development myself, but I believe that LRT routes are key for land development projects.
It's almost like an anchor tenant.
So knowing what route that is, that's key for finding land development projects as well. So that's very interesting. So we've learned a lot with Drew just in a few minutes. So this is Drew Kardash. This is going to be on YouTube, Drew. So you're more than welcome to use this video.
Awesome.
For whatever you want. But it's also going to be on Facebook, and I'll tag you.
Awesome.
And then that way people will know your name as you're being tagged, and they can contact you very easily. Drew Kardash, Alberta on Fire.
Thank you, Otto.
All right, it's my pleasure. Okay, bye. Bye
Take
for
care.
now, everyone.